spent my Saturday recalibrating in the park. I've just been sitting at this bench. With God, all things are possible, period. I've just been sitting at this bench in the park, just soaking up the sunshine. I had a bit of a moment yesterday. This journey it just has a way of humbling you, you know what I mean? It's like the universe will be like, here is everything you want, and then it'll take away some things, and it'll be like, actually, this is what you needed to level up to your next place spiritually. So I have 2 decks today. One is Loving Words from Jesus, and before I left the house, I got my mom to pull one. And it says, your faith hath saved you, go in peace, right? Because it's like, the human in me is very irritated by this situation. Like, she wants answers, she wants to know what the fuck is going on, because it's like, well, I'm like, the only thing preventing this from coming together is another person's ego, you know? So it's like, I think I've kind of had to like acknowledge, okay, like, other people are not projects. It's low-key hilarious. Let me hold on to my cards so they don't blow away. Anyways, what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, so I got my mom to pull that card, and yeah, it just kind of like, it almost brought me to tears, but I'm trying to be stoic. Like, there's that gif of No Neck Ed or whatever from 90 Day Fiancé, and he's just like wiping his tears away, trying to be like, whew, you know? Like, that's been me, because it's like, I did allow myself to have a big cry, because I've just been like, so many people around me that, like, you know, I'm really trying to help like uplift them. It's like, I went to the dispensary the other day, and there's this girl that works there, and I really like her, you know? It's like, we'll have a little like chat or whatever when I go in there, and she was just like very, you know, like low energy, whatever, and she asked me how I was, and I was like, oh, like, I'm good, like, how are you? And she was like, you know, she just let out like a big sigh, and she's like, you know, I'm tired. And I was, you know, I was trying to give her like like connect with her, and she'd be like, oh, like, you know, like, what do you do for like self-care and all that stuff? And she's like, yeah, I think I'm just like tired of being human. And like, you know, that's like what I'm hearing from other, like, so many people lately, and like, that is the problem. It's like, so then take a load off Annie. So, a man just begged by me singing that song, you know? So take off the burdens of being human and be a bit more divine, and know that like, you only have to carry what is yours to carry, and that is what belongs to you, and you know in your heart what belongs to you and what doesn't. So I know in my heart that my faith, not in, I mean, like, for the past few months, like, when I was trusting the process, it was like me having faith in another person, but all along, really, it was like my faith in God, like my faith that God has a higher plan for me is what was carrying me. So now, this time, as I'm trusting the process, it's less about another person, and more about, yeah, just, okay, all right, like, I just have to trust, like, okay, there's something even bigger and better and more beautiful than me. Because it's like, the human in me, it's like, when something goes left, like, obviously your first instinct is to like self-sabotage, but it's like, I'm not going to become a product of my environment. Like, just because someone else is like self-sabotaging doesn't mean I have to. It doesn't mean I have to lower my vibration or just stop living in alignment with my highest self. Like, I still want beautiful things to come from my life, and it's like, I don't want to make myself smaller. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. So be here now, in a very like poetic and twisted way. And actually, as someone like was posting on Tumblr the other day, they were saying like, I'm gonna get there one day. Like, I have no idea where there is, but just know I'm gonna get there. And like, what came to me to like reply to that was like, the secret to getting there, I put there in quotes, is to be here now, by the way. And I knew in the moment, I was like, this is low-key prophetic, and it was. So yeah, we just have to be here now and like respond to what is. It's the most stoic thing you can do, because like, in the past, like, if I, you know, like, was shown a potential of something, and then it didn't play out, I could like, you know, play the victim and get really like emotional about it, or like just take it as a hit to my self-worth and be like, oh, like, I need to prove that I'm better, or like, I need to like change this person's mind, or like convince them or whatever, or I would get like Kevin Garnett in like Uncut Gems, and I would get really angry and be like, why the fuck did you show it to me if I can't have it? But the thing is, it was shown to me because I can have it, and I can have better than it, as long as I continue to believe that anything is possible, and I keep my body, mind, and spirit in alignment with that timeline, and I don't crash out. Peace be unto you, as my Father hath sent me. I'm like, oh, this is not Jesus. I do not know who that man is, but that is not the Jesus I know and love. But anyways, I don't really know what that means, but I guess it's just like, give, like, Jesus is the person you can give your burdens to. Like, if you find yourself carrying, you know, like another person's lack of self-love or lack of self-control, then just like all you can really do is pray for them. So, this one says, the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things. So it's like how I was, you know, I felt called to just come to the park today and just sit here for a few hours, like deadass. I've just been sitting at this bench for a few hours, like not doing anything else, maybe like scrolling on my phone a little bit, but mostly just like sitting here and absorbing the energy and like looking at the little bugs like crawling around me and just like, you know, watching like the trees blow in the wind and like listening to like people and whatever, you know, like sometimes you just like, you need to do that. It's important to take time to do stuff like that. Okay, we'll get one more Jesus card, and then we're gonna use a very magical tarot deck that I was just playing with. This one, I feel like, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thank you. That was just a pat on the back for me. God knew I needed some encouragement for showing up and not giving in to self-pity or feeling like a loser or a victim, because, you know, like I really could. Like old me would be in shambles right now, but new me is just like the fool. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, okay, trusting the process. I'm back at it. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but like the world is my oyster. Like actually, I was just posting on Tumblr. I have like almost 7,000 followers, but I feel like I have to be like shadow banned because my content does not get the engagement it deserves. But it's not like I care about stuff like that, but I'm just like, the math is not mathing. But people, like, I am steadily gaining new followers and stuff, and people seem to be tapping into my YouTube, so love to see it. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and trusting the process. But anyways, oh yeah, I've been asking if like I specifically want experience from women, not men, because women experience the world differently. But I'm like, you know, who has like solo traveled? Where have you gone? What did you learn? Like, was it an enjoyable experience? Would you do it again? Because, you know, I've done quite a bit of traveling, but I don't think I've traveled. I took a plane to Vegas by myself once, but I met my parents there. And yeah, I've like traveled other places. Like I went on a grad trip to Cuba. I went to Jamaica with my family. I went to Mexico with a girl I used to be friends with. Oh, the oldest one. This one came out last time too. And it's funny because I'm sitting in the park right now too, right? And it's just like, so there's this wise, old, ancient knowing in me. Like, just, okay, trust. Like, know what is yours and know what belongs to other people, and pray the serenity prayer, you know, just ask for the discernment to know the difference. Because like, if you're really tired, this is the issue with a lot of people right now, is like taking accountability for your own well-being. Part of that is knowing what is not yours to carry, because if you're carrying things that are not yours to carry, then it's like you're not being on purpose, you're not living at your highest potential. And then, you know, other people need you. Other people, oh, I have an itchy neck. Other people need you at your highest potential. Like, you owe it to the world to be your best self. And maybe you don't feel that way. Maybe you feel you owe nothing to the world, but like, that is your God-given purpose. So if you're not living that out, then I don't know. I'm like, that's kind of sad to me. Like, I wish you were, because maybe you have something that could really change the world. Like, the world needs you. Ace of Visions. This is the Ace of Cups. So you just have to know, again, I know that if I continue to believe in love, then like, love is rooting for me. Love is out there. It exists. It never leaves me, you know? And it's like, I still have all the love in my heart for, I mean, everyone that's really like touched my life in any sort of way. But it's like, this has brought me back to like my connection like with God. And, you know, like, I don't feel like I need to perform or like be something that I'm not anymore. So that's cool. Look at that, the Lovers. Yeah, that came out last time too. So yeah, like, love is real. Love is real. Even like the Masculine Collective is healing. Two of Challenges. This is like the Two of Wands. So I think I was just saying the Masculine Collective is healing. I didn't want to be at home yesterday, but I didn't really know where to go, so I just took myself to McDonald's and I got some fries and like answered some emails and did like keyword research for a few hours. And I cannot tell you how many teenage boys were in this McDonald's getting their Minecraft meals. They were like screaming with excitement, and honestly I was kind of overstimulated because they were being like obnoxious with it, like they were doing too much. But like, I was really happy to see, because I'm like, yes, like I love when young men, because I feel like with girls, like there's so many opportunities to do stuff like that, you know. They're like, oh, like Bratz collaboration, like girly whatever, and it's not that guys can't like stuff like that, but it's just like it's less relatable, especially here in Canada. Like whenever they do those like celebrity McDonald meals, I don't even think we get them here. So at least they're doing Minecraft. But yeah, so this is like men really looking at the man in the mirror and being like, okay, you know what, it starts with me. I have to be the change I wish to see in the world. Like actually, oh, I hope Justin watches this. Justin is my favorite Tumblr mutual right now. What did he write today that I thought was so good? Let me find this. I kept getting like the Two of Swords, and then he was talking about the Two of Swords too. And I mean, I was seeing it as like, you know, like an irritating thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, like to me the traditional Two of Swords is a person like blindfolded by the sea, like with like two swords in their hand, and then it's just like you're living in delusion and like fear and paranoia. Whereas like, you know, if you take the blindfold off and you see like, oh, I'm by the sea, you can put the swords down and just like enjoy the view and be at peace. But so he wrote, I catch myself waiting for a decision, a choice, an event that is the catalyst for my entire life completely changing. But it's not one decision, it's not one choice. It's just me choosing differently, choosing change, choosing what I want, over and over and over. And that's exactly what it is. It is like you have to choose. If you're not feeling good, you have to acknowledge that, and you have to say, okay, it is up to me to choose to start doing things that make me feel good. Because I mean, it's okay to like do things that like aren't for your highest good occasionally, but if that becomes the majority of like action you're taking in your life is like headed in a direction of like what's not aligned with the future you want to create for yourself, then like it's no wonder the things that you're trying to manifest aren't showing up in your life, because you're not creating a safe landing pad for them, right? So this one feels like it wants to come out. Look at these little bears, the Three of Cups. These people are dancing and having fun, and yeah, like, and see, this is how you can be when you like live in like the wisdom of the first card, like the oldest one. Like you can just trust, like, okay, everything is working in my favor, everything is like playing out exactly as it's supposed to be. Like my name is Haley Alicia, that means hay meadow protected by God. These bears are dancing in a hay meadow protected by God, okay? They're just knowing, like, okay, everything that's happening is for my highest good. It is to teach me something. It is, like, for my evolution. And it is not easy. It's not easy to, like, stay in that mindset. Like, let me tell you, I could easily suffer. I could easily just, like, coop myself up in bed and, like, cry about it and be really, really miserable. But I kind of limit it, you know? I'm like, okay, if I need to cry, let me cry about this for a few minutes, but it's like I don't want to keep like coming back to that, or it's like I can always like I don't get too lost in it. I think in my last video I was talking about like if something is in my head and it doesn't feel aligned, I don't let it like reach my heart that way. So like if I'm really emotional and something makes me want to cry, like okay, maybe I'll shed a few tears about it, but then I'm kind of gonna think about it, you know, and like actually try to like I myself an emotional processing machine, because I think I have that really good balance of like Aquarius and Scorpio. So it's just like I feel, and then I can hold space for myself. Like it's very that's why I have very nurturing maternal energy. I have a lot of Scorpio in the 4th house too, so yeah, just like big mama energy. The Weaver of Spells, look at that. She's also, that is me dancing in my hay meadow. That's me dancing with the bears. Yeah, that's where I'm at. And yeah, I feel like I'm just like craving some sort of like adventure, you know, and like that's the thing. So it's like, okay, yeah, so I've been really smart about like saving money for the last few months or whatever, and like in my mind I was like, okay, this money is like for me to like do something with the person that I have feelings for. But if I use the money to do something else, like to do something by myself, that's not a bad thing either. The Hermit. So maybe he's in a hermiting mode right now, whatever, he's doing what he has to do, and he's living his life, and I'm living my life, and whatever's meant to be will be, right? And it's just like I've been in a hermit mode, but now I'm coming out of my cage, and I've been doing just fine, and I'm like, I want to get together with people and feel all right, and just like be in good vibes. Like the reason I left, like I didn't want to be at home yesterday is because it's like my mom came home from work and she was just being like a negativity machine, and I'm just like, oh, like she bought a new car for herself, which is like really exciting, whatever, but it's like all she wants to do is talk about the car, and it's like, well, I can't have like a conversation with you about like feelings, or like you won't even like pay attention to me, but like you expect me to engage in like everything you have to say, and it's just like there's not mutual respect. I don't know, that's just like that's lacking in our world. The Nine of Challenges. So it's kind of like, it's always darkest before the dawn, right? But you can see there's a little bit of light at that card. So as long as you just know that light, if you focus on it, it'll continue to get bigger. And yeah, I guess like that's just like where I'm at, because it's like when you meet someone and you're like, oh, like there's a lot of potential here, like we're both like on the same wavelength or whatever. But like, see, look at that. That's so crazy, because I said if you focus on it, it'll continue to get bigger. So it's like you just have to focus on the light, and you have to like hold on to people that feel like sunshine. And if you don't have any in your life, then it's probably because you're being called to be the sunshine yourself. The Folly, that's the Tower. After the Tower comes a Star. So that's literally just like another one of those like hold the vision, right? So like when you're in those chaotic moments, keep doing the work. Eight of Boons. Boons are pentacles, I guess. Yeah, just keep doing the work and trusting the process, and like literally wake up and say, here I am, Lord. It is I, Lord. I've heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord, if you lead me. I will hold your people in my heart. That's what I've been doing, holding people in my heart. And like, you know, you can, well, basically like me, like how I heal people is like through connecting with them, right? So it's like I can put myself out there, and it's not always easy to do that, right? Like I can just really say, okay, this is where I'm at, like, and I just leave it as like an open invitation to people, like, hey, you know, if you feel called, like if you have anything to say about this, like whatever, like let me know, share your thoughts with me, like let's connect. And not everyone is going to answer that call, but when people do, like it's so special, and it's like you can have really good conversations, and you can both, my phone was blinding me, experience a lot of growth. And that is kind of mutual respect, I guess, like just finding ways to like learn from and teach one another, and like for us to grow together, and like how we're gonna build a new earth, because like that's still my mission. My mission is still to build a new earth, even if I have to do it. I'm not doing it by myself, but like, I mean in the physical, I'm doing it by myself right now. The Three of Boons, the Three of Pentacles. So that's, yeah, just kind of knowing, like look at this little witch lady has her little elf gremlin friend. So it's like, yeah, just knowing like, okay, I need other people if I'm gonna build a new earth. We can't do everything alone. The Seeker of Boons. So this is probably the Page of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles. So it's kind of like slow going, but again, like trusting the process, like just being along for the ride, and like knowing, okay, so other people are going to make decisions every single day, and some of those decisions are going to hurt you and maybe not be aligned with you. And then so like it's kind of up to you, like if you allow yourself to get angry over every little thing other people are doing, then like everything else outside of you has control over you. Like you've lost the plot, you've lost self-control. But like how you maintain in control is you can say, okay, like I am the observer, I'm seeing this is what this person is doing that doesn't feel aligned with me. That doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad person. It just means I don't have to engage with that, and I can trust that they're doing what's best for them. And you just have to do that over and over and over and over, and like receive and respond to what is aligned with you and is showing up for you. And the things that are not showing up for you, like trust that maybe it's because they're not in your vibrational field. Like with me, I'm just like, okay, I'm being protected. Like maybe if this thing was in my life, like it would hurt me. Look at that. This, after the Tower comes the Star. This is coming out on top of the Tower. I'm telling you guys, I am in my prophet era, very much so. And I still want to do my little Parts Unknown show, even if I have to narrate it myself. There's the moon, so things are hidden, maybe, right? So it's like we can't see the divine plan, but there's a quote that I've saved on Pinterest, and it's something like, that's like the most exciting thing about obedience, is like seeing what God had planned after all, because like, you know, eventually it's all gonna show up for you if you just keep doing the work and knowing. But if you try to fuck it up, the Eight of Visions, the Eight of Cups, so this is like when you don't trust the process, right? Like you can cause suffering for yourself. This person looks very lost and confused. Or you can trust the process. And here, we'll get one more card from Jesus about trusting the process, and then I'll stop talking. Yeah, it's just like God has a vision, you know, he has a grander plan for everyone and everything. Ask and you shall receive, that your joy may be full. So as long as you know, like if you just ask to be happy, then like, and start looking for reasons to be happy, then like more and more and more of that happipiness will come into your life. But it's like if you ask to be happy and God gives you exactly what you prayed for and you fumbled it, you have to look at the man in the mirror, you know, like I will not leave you comfortless, I will come to you. I don't know what that means. I don't have anything to say about that. But don't leave yourself comfortless. You know, if you feel alone, just like ask God to show you reasons to be happy. Literally, there was a point in my life when I was just like, you know, I've never really seen real love. Like, I haven't. And I was talking to a therapist I had at the time about it, and she was like, just like start looking for it in like movies and TV. And before you know it, anytime I opened social media, I was just seeing happy couples, and like that really inspired me to believe that love is real and it's possible. And if another person has fears of love that prevent them from showing up or connecting or whatever, that doesn't mean it's not real. This goes back to the idea of love. You know, just because a singular person cannot embody love all the time, always, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Like, just look around you and give it form, and know that it is ever present. It is omnipresent in everything around us. The animals and the bugs and our soul. But people have their heart chakras closed off. They're living in fear. They're living in paranoia. And it's sad to see, but I believe in change, and I have a dream. I'm gonna end that off. Maybe I'll call this video I Have a Dream. Okay, signing off. Bye.